With it being early days into 2024, I thought it best that we look at the 10 things AEW need to do in 2024. The first thing AEW need to do is get rid of ROH on AEW TV. I don't want to see the ROH titles on Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, nowhere. I do not want to see ROH within AEW at all anymore. I'm tired of the two products mixing and it making no sense for them to mix. I'm tired of people just getting the ROH title because Tony doesn't know what to do with him. I need those two entities to be separate. If you want, you can make ROH developmental and have AEW as your main show. That's what I would do. But having the titles, there's too many titles on the show. Things get mixed up. Please, separate it completely. The next thing I need AEW to do in 2024 is to repackage the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks were the hottest tag team around when AEW first started and for a large part of AEW's run. But in recent years, the Young Bucks just haven't felt the same. It's felt like they are phoning it in at times. It's felt like they are more concerned about other things rather than their stories and their wrestling. Even the Elite reunion fell flat very, very shortly after it happened. And I don't know if that's just because the Young Bucks have maybe become stale. Like, you look at the Usos 4 years ago, you look at the Usos now, for example. Two completely different things. Yes, I know they're not a tag team, but even that, two completely different things. And I think it's just time for the Young Bucks to get repackaged. And that's what it looks like they're doing. So I'm excited to see what happens. I just hope they don't come back the same as what they left. The next thing I need AEW to do in 2024 is to try and limit their injury list. And I know that's difficult to say considering MJF just went out for possibly 10 months to a year. But AEW has had a significantly large injury list that they need to try and control. They're losing all their top stars. Adam Cole, MJF, Kenny Omega. There's so many names that they're losing week in and week out, and it's devaluing their product at the end of the day because now their top stars aren't in their top stories, their top matches. So trying to get a hold of that is something AEW need to do. The next thing AEW need to do in 2024 is to have Tony Storm hold that title for a very, very long time. Past All In, past the end of year, I want to see Tony Storm hold that title deep into 2024. And the reason for that is I think she is the most entertaining thing in the women's division. She is reinventing herself. She's making something different within that women's division. Yes, it's a bit more sports entertaining and it's not sport products, it's not wrestling, but damn, it's good. It's good for the women's division and it's good for AEW television. So let Tony Storm hold their title deep into 2024. And the next thing I need for AEW to do in 2024 is to restore the tag team division. Think about the early days of AEW and their tag team division. We had the Lucha Brothers, we had the Young Bucks, we had Private Party back then, we had FTR, there was Kenny and Hangman at a stage. Banger tag teams all around. And I think that's something AEW needs to try and work their way back to. And they're struggling a bit in that area. I can't pinpoint why. I think it's just injuries once again have hampered the tag team division over time. I mean, Lucha Brothers are nowhere to be seen right now. So I think in 2024, there's an opportunity to reinvent that tag division. And I think it has to be done. And another thing I need from AEW in 2024 is to have longer pay-per-view builds. Sometimes the pay-per-view builds have been within the last week of the pay-per-view, within the exact week, the Dynamite before. And sometimes that's a bit annoying because you're not quite sure if you want to buy the pay-per-view. And yeah, we just need a bit more build to some of these matches. I get not every match can have a 6-week long build. I understand that completely. But to have some matches come out of the blue, like these 8-man tags at World's End, and I think World's End is actually an example of what not having a build does to a pay-per-view. So having longer builds and having builds to certain matches is something we need in 2024. Now, these next 4 things are right on top of my list. And they are for Swerve Strickland to become AEW World Champion. At some point, Swerve needs to become champion. He is the hottest thing in AEW right now. He's the most over thing in AEW right now. And that has been such a slow, organic build that you got to capitalize on it. And I'm afraid they don't capitalize on it in time. So I'm hoping Swerve Strickland becomes AEW World Champion in 2024. The next thing we need from AEW in 2024 is to reunite Team Edge and Christian. Now, this one is a little bit sticky because if the story doesn't make sense, don't do it. But if there's an opportunity to reunite Team Edge and Christian, do it. Do it for the love of the game. Do it for us fans. Let us see it one more time. Team Edge and Christian. Hell, even throw them in a TLC match. I don't care. Just let us see that one last time. That chemistry, that duo is so damn good together. We need it before the end of the year, if the story allows for it. And the second last thing on my list is for Will Ospreay to have his all-in moment. We know All In is happening at Wembley once again this year, and I think Will Ospreay needs his moments at All In. And whether that is holding the title, or whether that is winning the title, I don't know, but Will Ospreay needs his All In moments. And I actually think by then we'll have Will Ospreay beating Swerve Strickland or Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship. I think that's what All In is building up to. I think that's what Will Ospreay is building up to. And I think it's going to be an amazing moment. And then last but not least, it is for AEW to sign Mercedes Moné on a permanent deal. Mercedes Moné is the hottest free agent in wrestling. She's been the hottest free agent in wrestling for a while now. And I think her going to AEW will probably be the best fit for her as a person. She clearly does not want to go to WWE. That's why she left in the first place. And if she does go back there, good for her. But if not, let's see her in AEW. Let's see her work with different talents on a more regular basis. Let's see her try new things. That's what I want to see. Let's see if she can revive that women's division with Toni Storm and make something of the AEW women's division. So there you have it, guys. That is my 10 things that need to happen in 2024 in AEW. So Tony Khan, make it happen. And with that being said, take care, guys. Peace.